Today is the 13th day of March 2025. I greet you wherever you are watching me. My name is George Kobla Nyakpo, and it has been my responsibility and duty to always come your way and draw your attention to the happenings that confront the Western Togoland in Ghana today. In my last video in this format, I draw your attention to some critical documents that concerns the relationship that our country is supposed to have with the state of Ghana. In that document, I read this particular article 76, paragraph 30. This states that in pursuance of General Assembly Resolution 1044-XI, the United Kingdom government, by a letter dated 6 March 1957, informed the Secretary General that with effect from midnight on 5th or 6th March 1957, the territories previously comprised in the Gold Coast had become the independent state of Ghana, and that the union of the former Trust Territory of Togoland under British administration with the independent state of Ghana had taken place. So, from the letter in response to the Resolution 1044-XI, that Britain was mandated to make sure it grant independence to the colony of Gold Coast and proceed to go according to the discussion of the transition committee to form a union between the independent states of Gold Coast, now Ghana, and Togoland, to be in that union nation. This is the letter that Britain wrote in response to that decision that was made. So, before Ghana would be admitted into the United Nations, this is what was there. So, Britain did not grant independence to Togoland and Gold Coast as Ghana. This is what the document is saying. So, I asked in that previous video, why is it that till today, no professor in Ghana, no politicians in Ghana, no doctor, nobody is able to publish a copy of the so-called union that our country, Togoland, the former British Togoland, is in with the new state of Ghana as at 1957. Why is it that till today nobody can produce any document, any evidence to that particular union? My friend, as you are watching me, I just want you to understand that the documents are there and things are inside. It is a deliberate attempt on Ghana not for you and I and anybody to go into this history. And why can't we go into our own history? There's nowhere in this world that people are prevented from speaking about their history. So why is Ghana preventing us from talking about our history? Why should Ghana make a law that Togolanders cannot mention or cannot think otherwise about the decision that was allegedly made for them in 1957? Why can't we revisit all these things when we realize that things are not working well for us? Every rational being, every group of people that are thinking about their progress, their future, always question the event of the past. Why must we in Togoland prevented from speaking about our country? Now let me read this document to you again. The same article 76, paragraph 24. A number of delegations expressed reservation concerning the proposed union of Togoland under British administration with the Gold Coast. They were therefore unable to support the 11th Power Draft Resolution. Such a union, they considered, might render impossible the unification of Togoland under British administration and the Togoland under French administration, a course which had been advocated by the General Assembly. In the past, the results of the plebiscite were not clear, for though there had been an overall majority in favor of union with the Gold Coast, there had been a majority in the southern section of the territory for separation from the Gold Coast. Did you hear this? Did you ever read this thing in any of your research documents? You, the one that is everywhere castigating the people that they are talking about their country, did you ever sit yourself down in anywhere to read all these things from the United Nations? And mind you, this document is from the United Nations. You can also write to the United Nations. And when you read the special report by the plebiscite commissioner and the missionary reports that were sent by the 3 missions that was sent to Togoland, everything is pointing at one thing. Togolanders never wanted to be in any kind of relationship with the people of Gold Coast. Fair enough, if you said the people voted to be in union, every union between 2 different countries need to be established. Why is it that Ghana, the state of Ghana, is said to be in union with British Togoland, but there's no union agreement? When the president of Ghana was delivering the speech on the 68th anniversary of Ghana, this March 2025, he introduced the former president of Tanzania as they mentioned Tanzania as the United States of Tanzania. It is because 2 different entities came together to agree to be in union. So they have an understanding of even how the name of the new union is supposed to be. When the Zanzibar people and Tanganyika people agree together, they create what they call Tanzania. So today, if you go to Tanzania, there's a recognition of a union day. So every Tanganyika person, every Zanzibar person knows where they are. And there's no law in Tanzania that says that Tanganyika people cannot talk about Tanganyika and Zanzibar people cannot talk about Zanzibar, recognizing themselves as this is where we are. So why should Ghana make a law that Togolanders cannot talk about Togoland? Is it because they stole the land and they don't want people to know that the land has been stolen? Why is it that the union that Britain claimed they have formed between us, nobody is asking for that union so that we can see the rules and regulations that is governing that particular union? And anytime we, the citizens, we demand for accountability for the problem we are facing, then they say we cannot ask for it. Today, Ghana claims to be a beacon of African democracy. So where is the democracy in making law that people who belong to their own country and they are in union with you cannot speak about their union nation? Why? Nkrumah is very much aware that Sylvanus Olympio is calling for Togoland that was invaded by France and Britain to be returned to Togo. Everybody knows that the 1914 France and Britain invade Togoland and divide the country into 2. That is an injustice. So if a portion of somebody's territory was invaded and by an actor you are all condemning today all of you are blaming the European for doing slavery, for causing problem in Africa. You blame the Berlin Conference for dividing Africa. But when Togolanders called that their country was divided by Britain and they want the country to be on its own as the law stated, you condemn these people that it will not help African Union project. But continuous as imprisonment or ceding of Togoland from Togo will make African vision possible. What kind of analysis is this? Nkrumah is very much aware the vision of Sylvanus Olympio, that you divide, these people came to invade my land, they kill my people and now make part of the country yours. So I want the country to be back. Nkrumah worked against Sylvanus Olympio. Nkrumah worked against Dr. Amato that the country, the second half of Togoland must be added to her Gold Coast colony. So why are you celebrating Kwame Nkrumah as the visionary, the one who wants African unity, when you don't want Togo to be united, to be reunited? If Nkrumah meant well for us, would it not have said that, oh, Togolanders that was stolen should go back to where the Britain have taken it from, because Britain did not owe any country in Africa to be doling out to another entity? But no, nobody is saying anything about this. But the moment Togolanders speak, you say they are committing a crime. Go around the world today. Which country has made law that their citizens cannot talk about their own nation? It is only Ghana. Today, the right to self-determination is recognized by all the covenants that Ghana have entered to. The constitution that the constitutions that the United Nations have, which Ghana is part of, the human right, everybody, every entity, every law and grouping that Ghana belongs to, they recognize the right to self-determination. That is why United Kingdom is not arresting Scotland people for calling for their independence. Scotland's are not being arrested. So why is Ghana arresting us for demanding accountability of a crime Britain committed? Is Ghana now acting in the name of Britain? Today, you go to the United Nations, United States. United States is not arresting the Californian people because they are campaigning to separate from the United States. But rather, they ask them to go and seek permission from the people. If the people agree, they can go. But Ghana, no. People must be jailed. People must die. All kind of narratives must be told about the place. And this is the place that you are not even taking care of. Since 1957 to today, show me any development in Togoland part of this so-called union. But come to the state of Ghana, you will see development. You will see businesses. You will see enterprises employing people. But when it comes to the Togoland section, what development can you see? You go to Boku, it's always fight. People are dying every day. The government of Ghana keep making political propaganda with it. But people are dying every year. How many years now? Over 50 years. That situation is never ending. When you come to the coast, since 1960, the communities are being washed under the sea. The sea is taking people's home every year. Government do only propaganda with the people's plight. And we cannot speak about this. This is what we are benefiting from this union. So if you hear today, Togolanders are demanding for their country, it's not something that has started just recently. There's never a day, a year, that Togolanders say that they want to be part of Ghana. Check the history. Since those times till now, even countries at the United Nations disagree with where we are. That is the record I just read to you. So why must Ghana be playing this bossy role, this almighty role, this God-created role that they are the God for Togolanders, and Togoland don't have the right to demand for autonomy, to even call for their country? If you read the Prohibited Organization Act, it says we cannot even mention the name of our country, that we are Togoland people. Once we mention that, it's a crime. So which now is the crime? That Britain invade my country, divide the country into two, and they now own one and created a country out of it. That one is not a crime. But me, my land that has been divided, if I speak about this, that oh, my land has been divided and it's part of Ghana and the name is Western Togoland, it needs to be free, then Ghanaians will now arrest me because I'm committing a crime for mentioning or calling out a crime Britain committed. Where from this logic? Where is the brain? Where is the PhD scholars? What kind of mindset is this? And all of you are ganking up against and supporting the crime that Britain committed. But you said you hate the Berlin Conference. You hate what the Europeans did to Africa. So what exactly are you celebrating? So those of you who don't understand why we are calling for Western Togoland, this is just an aspect. There are so many of the documents that I will be reading to you from time to time, so that you understand our situation. Nobody is calling for any part of Ghana to be broken down. The document I read to you, it states clearly all the places that Britain has granted independence, they are there. They are mentioned. It is the Gold Coast that was granted independence as the state of Ghana. So it is not even as if that Gold Coast and Togoland were granted independence. It is not even that. Gold Coast was granted independence separately. The only thing that existed between Gold Coast and Togoland is a union. Until today, nobody can produce any union document. Nobody, the president of Ghana, nobody, there's no document anywhere that anybody can say this is the 1956 union document between Togoland and Ghana. So what are we doing here? What exactly are you killing us over? That we are talking about our right? This cannot continue to happen. So this afternoon, as you watch this, I want you to do your own dispassionate investigation about all these things before you start castigating the Togolanders. And the judges that are sitting on the case of Western Togoland, you must know that posterity will judge you. All the people that you are jailing in the name of fake protection of a fake country, a British created entity, a British legacy of colonialism, you want to be seen that you are the one. You are not the one. Posterity will judge you. I will die and go, you will die and go, but posterity will judge the two of us. All the people that you are jailing, anyhow, you go and have meeting at Accra that the people should be jailed, you and the politicians. Posterity will be your judge. Thank you.